time for us to, get a bit tech and speak to margins. I'm sure you've seen quite recently some videos of margins and what they do on your screens. Today, margins is at 35. Did you ever believe that? Did you know that? Now, we're going to talk about margins and what they do and how that is helping you. And I've been joined in the studio by the executive director himself of Margins Group. Small editor, so no. James Kantamanto comes in. Uncle James, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Trust you good?
I'm very well, thank you.
Well.
And yourself?
I'm well. Now, let's start off by understanding margins.
Right.
What are you? Or who are you?
To understand margins, I think you need to start from what's our global vision.
Okay.
And then that will give you an idea, and I'll build it down to what margins are. Margins, our vision is to be global leaders in identification, data and document systems, transactions and solutions. Now, those keywords will give you, now when I break it down, you will understand that. To be global leaders in identification, data, document systems, and solutions.
Okay.
Now, so Margins Group is made up of about 4 subsidiaries. Margins Group started in 1990. The founder, Moses Bading, started it with just about $100, and that's how he started it.
Small beginnings. $100?
I'm telling you.
In 1990?
Yes, small beginnings.
Okay.
And that vision is what propelled him and drove him to where we are at the moment. So we are made up of 4 subsidiaries. There's a Margins Group, and then beneath that we have what we call the Intelligent Card Production Systems, Intelligent Card Production Systems, which is our factory, state-of-the-art factory, the largest, I would say, in sub-Saharan Africa in security printing, Intergraph certified to the highest level that we can do, because we are competing on a global stage. So we don't want the normal thing of being said about Africa no. So whatever standards is done out there is what we do. So that's ICPS. And ICPS does anything in smart and non-smart card productions. Then there's Margins ID Systems and Applications, which is basically actually in the centerpiece, the main subsidiary, but the centerpiece also in terms of our software development and applications and solutions that we provide.
Okay.
Solutions that we provide in terms of biometric health systems, authentication of visitor management systems, biometric access systems, and a whole lot of other solutions that we provide service and solutions to the general public. Then you've got 2 subsidiaries. And the 2 subsidiaries, Identity Management Systems and Identity Management Systems 2. I know those 2 names kind of confused, but I'm sure
exactly.
I'm sure
when I saw it, I was like, what is Identity Management System and what is Identity Management System 2? Later on, you need to explain to us how the 2 work together.
I will do my best to explain that. No, so these 4 subsidiaries basically drive the structure that we have, drive that vision that we have to be global leaders in identification, data, document systems, transactions and solutions. Now, Identity Management Systems 2 are are SPVs, special purpose vehicles, in a public-private partnership with the government through the National Identification Authority.
Okay.
Putting out what everybody now knows as the Ghana card, which is Ghana's digital biometric enrollment system and verification system. So now those 2 subsidiaries are in partnership with the National Identification Authority and executing the mandate that the government has set up in Act 750 and making sure that that mandate is executed. So that's the structure of the Margins Group. So the Margins Group is not just about a Ghana card. There's a bigger ecosystem out there in the Margins Group.
But Information Management System 2 and 1. Yes. How different are they?
Well, they're quite different. So the whole thing started with in 2012, 2012 actually. Let me step back a little bit. Ghana has tried many times to do the identification ID system for the country with varied levels of success. And in 2007, I think that's when they started one of the first ones. Some measured success. I think they produced or registered about 4 million Ghanaians, and I think only 900,000 were printed and distributed. So in 2012, Margins haven't looked at this, and we're part of the group that did that. But we've looked at it and thought about Why did it fail? Why was it not successful? Looked at the examples of ID solutions around the world and in Africa. Why hasn't it worked? And we thought we could do it better. Now, do it better in the sense that what are the reasons why? One is financing. One is government capacity to be able to execute it as is. So we thought about a public-private partnership. We can do this. And it's about believing in ourselves that we can do a locally grown solution to be able to execute this. So that solution was taken to government. That, you know what you've been trying to do? We can design, build, and critically finance, because financing is one of the critical challenges government faces. I mean, most countries, it fails because government runs up to a point. Government is like the mother with so many babies sucking from its breast, gets tired and they can't. So if we can solve the financing problem, then we can execute this. So our mandate was to design, to build, to finance, operate, and eventually transfer back to government. So this was taken to government, that it can be done. Government at the time was in the process of doing the registration of Ghanaians. So he said, okay, then there's this non-citizens part, which at that time was being done for free. Now, if you look around the world, there's nowhere that they register foreigners and they let you do it for free.
Yeah.
And the largesse of the local citizens. So we designed a system where at least a foreign identification will have to pay for itself. So that was taken to government, and government said, okay, go ahead and do this. Let's see how you get on with it. So IMS then started off registering non-citizens.
Okay.
That's how that started, on a 15-year PPP program.
Okay.
And that's how that started. Now, having done that for a while, government then sits back and said, hang on a minute, you are doing a good job of this one. So then can you then do this across for the citizens as well, which you've been struggling to do? So then that led to what we call the expanded scope. That then went to do IMS2, a second SPV.
Oh, okay.
So the two, to distinguish them,
okay.
IMS is doing the foreigners, IMS2 is doing
for the locals.
Citizens.
Okay.
But all of it is in partnership through the National Identification Authority in partnership with the government.
Okay.
So that's the distinct to the IMS is foreigners, IMS2 is
local. So just to create that distinction,
yes,
just so there could be efficiency and effectiveness in the work. But you are the executive director of Margins Group.
That's right.
You're controlling all of these subsidiaries. Maybe you shed a small light on what, because your job will be big, right?
So I work in collaboration with other executive directors. So I'm executive director of the two subsidiaries at the moment. So yes, I'm within the group, but specifically responsible for IMS and IMS2. So what's my role? That's a question you have to ask yourself, why do I get paid, I guess? You know? So I lead and manage a group of talented and skilled Ghanaians, all Ghanaians.
Oh, all of them.
In managing this partnership with the NIA, to make sure NIA is able to execute its mandate as given it to it under law. That mandate is to register foreigners who are living in the country and to register Ghanaians within Ghana and outside of it. So I lead this in terms of strategy, in terms of execution of our contract. We are bound by a contract, so we have to do everything as per contract. Make sure we've not deviated, make sure our obligations under the contract are delivered as should be, and NIA can sit with us, trust us, believe in us, and work together with us. So that's my role. I just manage a group of skilled, talented individuals, and they do a good job. All Ghanaians, and I'm so proud of them.
We've, over the years, been told of the relevance of the Ghana card. I mean, we see it as just a card. After all, they say we can use it at a bank, what have you, a lot of issues. But can you help us understand what this Ghana card is in terms of the broader ecosystem that we operate in Ghana? And when can we even use it, you know, as a passport? Is there a possibility like that?
Well, actually, the Ghana card, and so let me break that. That card you see, there's a physical card, and there's a digital logic that's also behind it. The whole idea is to give identification to you as an individual, to you as a citizen. So that card has a lot behind it. Now, there's even a chip on it that you see, and that chip contains all the biometric information that the nation has determined per law that we will need about its citizens. So it's not just a card. Everything, when you were doing your enrollment, I'm sure you have a Ghana card.
I do. I have one.
All right.
I've scanned it, taken photos on my phone, and that's what I use.
So when you were doing the Ghana card, there are a lot of questions were asked about you. All the things the government sat down through Parliament said, what is the information on the citizens that we need? So all that is then within Ghana Card's mandate to gather from citizens. So that's captured in the background. And a card is printed for it. That chip contains all that information on the card itself, as much as it's also contained in the background data that it holds on your behalf. So, like you said, you go to the bank and they say, put your fingerprint on it. And what does that mean? What it means basically is that you're able to authenticate who you are. It gives you the power to be able to who you are and nothing else, and nobody can be you.
Okay.
So it's not just a card. It's the power of you in your hand, the power of you in your pocket. To my estimation, I believe, and that's what we believe as a group, that the National Database Identity Register is the biggest asset that as a nation we have. Because on the back of that, so much can be built. If you ask me what citizens can do with that card, for the first time, my great-great-great-grandmother in the village, who through no fault of his, born at a time where there was no proper documentation, there was no proper development, hasn't got a passport, so can't open a bank account, can't get access to a lot of social services. Now, for the first time, because she now has access to a Ghana card and has one, social inclusion, financial inclusion, economic inclusion, she can now even apply for things that she never dreamed she could have, because her identity can now be proven. Identity is in her hands. So when you go to the bank and you put your fingerprints or they scan your face to do your biometrics, within a matter of seconds, it goes to compare that information that they took from you on enrollment, compares it, authenticates who you are, and voila. Gives you access to the service that you got. Why? Because now there's security, there's trust behind who James Kantamanto Kumsin says he is. Because the world is becoming a data space now. Everything, a lot of it is being done online. So it's not always that you are physically even in front of the person. Now, we've even designed it such that even without the card, you can be authenticated and verified. Because your biometrics are there, the national ID system. So when you go to the bank and you left your card at home, or you access any service, even without that, all they have to do is put your fingers on the scanner, and in a matter of seconds, literally seconds, picks up the data, verifies, and most importantly, authenticates who you are. And you are granted this.
Because I don't remember since when last I carried my fiscal, but I have it on my phone. So they take the number, you verify, and then you're gone.
Get your service.
Exactly, and then you're gone. So we are looking for when I can use that card to say, give me a lesser interest rate on my loan, because I'm identified. You
well,
can
we'll
see
work
me.
with the banks, we work with the central bank to see how that can be.
Okay. Now, just about wrapping up, Margins Group is 35 years old. What does this milestone mean for the IMS and the IMS2 specifically that you manage?
Well, IMS and IMS2, I mean, it's been a fantastic 35 journey. Like I said, started from $100, from a vision that has been built stage by stage. So IMS and IMS2, as two subsidiaries, are proud to be the defining pillars as we stand now. All that work that was created from that global vision to become what we are. In the process of us achieving our mission of being able to connect identities and solutions and materials and dematerialized world. So we are proud, IMS, that all that work that was built and done from 1990 to now, this is defining what has been done. That ability to identify who you are, build a documentation system, build a verification and authentication system of who we are as a citizen, and also showcase to the world that Africa in general and Ghana in particular, we are not just consumers of technology. We are also able to produce our technology, and we put it out there, and we are very proud of that, and we look forward to how much more we can do to develop off the back of this database.
James, it's been nice talking to you, and I hope that we do this again so we can tackle that.
Anytime.
Okay.
Anytime. Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming. James Kantamanto Kumsin is an executive director within the Margins Group.